Welcome back to Setstart tutorial. In the last videos, we have seen how a user can create their first project and create their first test. Now, I'm gonna explain you how we gonna automate our first test. In order in order to do that, we have to get into the project we created. Our project is my source demo. Let me get into the project. Okay. So the first step in automating the test is to create the data profiles. Data profiles is basically the instance the user wish to automate their test. For example, if they wanted to run their test on the QA environment, then they have to create the profile as QA. Or if they wanted to run on the production environment, they can create the profile as production or prod, and they can store the required variables within the profiles they have created. Let's create the profile and the variables that we have to map within it. In order to create a variable, we have to click on the plus icon next to the top of search variable search bar. The new variable model is opened. Let's provide the variable name here. Variable is basically the URL, username, password, which are all constants that will be used in all of the dependent test cases. Now I have created the URL as variable name and setting the type to string, and I'm clicking on the create button. The variable as URL is created. Now let's click the profile. In order to create the profile, we have to click on the plus icon next to the top of the search data profile search bar. The new data profile pop-up is opened up. Let's provide the profile name here. In our case, let's provide the profile name as prod and the profile description. A new profile is created as prod. Now let's click on the profile. The profile is empty. We have to utilize the variable created within the profile. In order to do that, we have to click on the new variable button and we have to click here as well. After clicking that, the created variables will be drop listed in the list. We have created the variable as URL. It is also drop listed here. Let's quickly click on it. There is a text box, an input field with the type as string to provide the value. We have to provide the application URL here. So I'm just providing the URL. I'm clicking on save. Profile updated successfully. Let's refresh it and check. Now a profile as prod is created with a variable as URL, which is storing the URL of the application. Let's see how we can utilize this profiles variable within our test. In the last video, I have shown you how to create a new test, and the test as launching applications working fine is created and listed here. Let's automate this test. The test is empty. In order to automate the test, we have to create the actions within it. So there is an option as add new action available here. Let's click on it. There will be list of actions listed. Since we wanted to test the launching the application is working fine scenario, so I'm utilizing the action as action navigate from the list. Here, navigate using select element. It's drop listing current tab. Here we have navigate using browser.current tab. Browser is basically the predefined object of Setstart with a predefined element as current tab. We can utilize this object's element to navigate to the desired URL. So now we have navigate using browser.current tab 2, and there is an input field. Here we should not be providing the URL straightly. Instead, we can utilize the profile that we have created in the profile page. We have the profile as product prod and the URL is created with a value. So let's utilize this within the test. So in order to do that, we have to provide the keyword profile dot variable name, which is URL, on new tab opened as root. Now we have created an action to navigate to the particular application. Navigate using browser.current to tab to profile.url, which will store the URL of the applications on new tab opened as root. Along with that, we also have to verify whether we have to perform some assertion over there. So in order to do that, we can verify the title of the application. This is the application and the title as Swag Labs. Hope you have got the locator for the web element. Within the browser object, we can create our element in order to perform the assertion for verifying the title of the application. So in order to do that, we can click on the plus icon right to the top of the browser object and select element. The new element creation model is displayed with various fields. Here we can provide the name, description, and the locator of the web element. In our case, we wanted to verify the title, so I'm just providing the name as title or the page title. And the element type is web element and the locator to be provided with the backstep. In Setstart, we always have to provide the locator within this. So I'm providing this one followed by the locator and ending up with this. I'm clicking on the create button. Now an element as page title is created. Let's utilize it within this test. In order to do that, we can click, drag and drop within the test. Here, automatically the browser.page title element is populated within the test and it starts with a click. Since we wanted to do the assertion over there, we wanted to verify the title's text, we have to use the action as or the verification as visibility. Once we click on this click action, there will be a list of various kind of actions available here. A section of triggers, a section of verification, a section of captures, and section of input. Since we wanted to verify, let's click on it and we can select the text content action, which is basically the verification type. So here verify if the browser.page title's text content is. So here we need to specify the exact title of the page. This is the exact title. Swag Labs. We have to provide it within quote since it's a text. So what are we doing here is we are navigating to the application with the provided URL stored in the profile page and we are verifying the title of the page is Swag Labs. Once we click on the run button, the profile that we have created in the data profiles page will be listed here. If we have created multiple profiles like a prod or a QA or staging, all of the profiles will be listed after clicking on the run button. For now, we can hover over the created profile and there will be list of type browser types that we can select and run our test. For now, let's click on the Chrome, headed Chrome. The run is created and it's getting automated. Launching application is working fine is our test. So it's navigated to the application and it has verified the text content is Swag Labs. And the result of the test is passed. We have videos for each of the tests executed. We can click on this and check. Yes, It has landed successfully on the application and has verified the title. In order to get more details, we can click on the details button here. It will tell the ID, the status, and the total, and how much has been passed or how much has been failed and the duration of it. If we wanted to check the videos, we can click on the show videos. The video will be attached here. Now, let's check the count of the automated tests and executed tests in the dashboard page. In the automation status, the tests count is one which is automated, and the objects that we have created is displayed here, that is also automated. And in the run status, we could see the count as 1 and that's passed, and the tests as 1 that's passed, and since we have not created any suits yet, and this is displaying as no data available. And the detailed run status, launching applications working fine, is the test name being populated here, and the count as passed because it's passed. And how many steps are there are populated here, and the status is as such. Hope this video gives an idea of how we have to automate the test in Setstart. Thank you. In the next video, we will see how to automate the entire login scenario.